Hello, everyone. We are the Lost Caravan RPG. We do one shots, we do mini-series, we do long running campaigns. If it's TTRPG, pretty much do it all. Tonight, we have something a little special, a little unique. We're playing a game that is typically very difficult to do over distances and, through Skype and Zoom. We're playing a game called 10 Candles. This is a game that typically uses 10 real world candles, which symbolize your last remaining light, your lives, as the rest of the world has gone completely dark, and the only way to survive is in the light. So bear with us, as there might be a few, technical issues we have along the way, but I feel good, and I'm very excited. But before we jump into it, I have a few announcements. The first being we have two sponsors for tonight's stream. We have Hero Forge, the site that we typically use to make all of our wonderful character tokens, but mainly it's where you can go to make hyper customized miniature models, which you can get sent straight to your door for whenever the heck we can roll dice in person again. They are constantly adding new weapons, new armors, new poses, new stands, new equipment, camping gear, cups. So many cups. Glorious, glorious cups. I love them so much. But you can use our link there posted in chat by Dido to get cool stuff and support us in the process. Anything you buy using our link does go to support our channel. Helps us do cool, fun things like this. Our second sponsor is Epidemic Sound. It is the site that we use to get all of our royalty-free sounds and sound effects. They have any mixed match and genre of music you could ever want. You can tell by the fact that we use it for any stream that we do, whether it's serious space adventure or a dancing competition between toys, or fighting a turkey dragon. Epidemic Sound has music that fits. If you're a content creator like us and you have to worry about a little thing called copyright strikes, they are fantastic about that. The only issue that we've ever had, I emailed them, they immediately took care of it and haven't had a problem since. I think the only other big announcement I have before I can pass it on over to these lovely people is that our casting call for January is out. Not going to be out for much longer because after one day we have 30 something applications and it is filling up very quickly. But we are in January going to have a charity stream for the Trevor Project. It's going to be about, I believe, 10 streams, mostly with guest streamers, but you will see my face a few times. And each and every stream, we're going to have giveaways from some amazingly generous companies that donated some stuff for us to give away. A bunch of different PDFs from some amazing games, some other surprises I don't want to spoil, but there's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm so excited. So please.
So much stuff.
Yes, so much.
So much stuff.
So yeah, fill out the casting call. You can find it on our Twitter or our Discord, which you can join at the link down below. That big old button that says Discord. It's where we post things like casting call schedules, cat pictures, food pictures, and where we just generally hang out and be giant nerds. All right, I think that's more than enough out of me. And I can pass it on over and let these wonderful people tell you who they are, who they're playing tonight, and whose brink they know of. Starting on the far screen left with Ian.
I never get to go first. How exciting. Hello, everybody. My name is Kian. You can find me on Twitter currently at uptight_chiffon. Tonight, I am playing Georgie, an elder member of the Evans family, and I know Dido's Brink.
Dido. So typically, when you play 10 Candles, you will do character creation at the table. You will write vices and virtues for the people around you. Everyone will write their own moment, that one specific moment of hope that they really are praying to find in the game. and everyone writes a brink for someone else. This is your breaking point. This is how far you can be pushed when there is no hope left, and what you will do at that moment. So Dido, they're sending you your brink. The only people that know your brink is the person that wrote it and you. Which means that in character, Georgie knows Tully's brink. But that brings us up to Robin.
Everybody, I'm Robin, Ginger Brigade here on Twitch and Ginger_Brigade on Twitter. I am playing Alexis Evans, who technically married into the family. And I wrote Kian's brink.
Ian. There you go. Again, Alexis, you know Georgie's brink. And joining us for the first time on stream, Mir.
Hi, I'm Mir. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as Mir Draws. It's MYR Draws. I am going to be playing Alfie Evans, and I wrote the brink for Robin.
Robin, there you go. Brings us over to Dido.
Hello, I'm Dido. Tonight I am playing Tully Evans. My brink is oddly fitting. I'm excited. But I know Uncle Jed's brink.
Ed, there you go.
Oh, thank you.
And then that brings us down to last but not least, Scott.
Hi, my name is Scott. This is my second run with you guys here. I'm really excited. I love this game. I've played it a bunch of times, and I'm really pumped. I am playing Jed Evans, the oldest of the three Evans here. I'm Uncle Jed, grumpy, old retired veterinarian, forced to retire because of an injury. I was a large animal doctor. But I wrote the brink for Mir.
There you go. Everyone is seeing these brinks for the very first time. These all go at the very bottom of your character stack. The first thing we will see, of course, is everyone's virtue. This thing that makes you stand out above others in a positive fashion. Once that is gone, we get to see your vices. That dark part of yourself that you typically keep hidden away. You don't let the others around you know about. After that is your moment. Once all of your secrets are let out and laid to bear, all you can hope for is that one moment of peace. That one singular second, that singular minute that gives you the strength to go on. Once that hope is gone, we get to see your brink. But why don't we jump into a little bit of scene setting? Then kick this game off. The world is dark. It has been for a while. No lights, no power, no hope. Our story takes place in a small cabin, middle of nowhere, in the dead of winter. Firewood has started to run low. Something other than the wind is howling outside. How far will each of you go to survive? Or will you simply succumb to frigid cold? With that in mind, start with 10 candles lit. Start with supply of firewood running low. Have very little on your person, short of what you could carry in your pockets. Food is starting to run low, fresh water. as the sun starting to set, I would ask, which one of you, looking around the room at your various family members, would try to take control of this situation? Who would step up to try to remedy at least one of
I think we have to get something done. And if none of you guys are going to step up and do it, I say that we start by figuring out what all we have.
I mean, I think Lex has the most in that big ass bag of hers.
Sure.
Maybe I can. I'll dump it out and we can see what I've got. Just upend it onto the floor.
what would you have on you?
Let's see. So I would probably be carrying like hand sanitizer, a little pack of Kleenex, some painkillers, like a small travel bottle of painkillers, a thing of hand lotion, like general sundries. And the thing that I would like to have, which you're probably going to make me roll for, a pocket knife, like a Swiss Army knife, but like a really nice Swiss Army knife.
Well, it depends. Where did you get this Swiss Army knife?
It is a present from my grandfather. It was one he used in World War II that he kept immaculately in shape. So the knives may be a little dull, but they're still sharp enough to cut through most stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely fine.
Okay. I mean, I might have some hard candy.
You got a
What do you-
Werther's in there? Huh.
That's exactly it. I'm sure there's a Werther's in there.
Yeah, it's not
There's gotta be.
sugar-free. Is it okay?
I'm not the one eating it.
I'll take it.
Okay. I mean, there might be a candy bar or some hard candy. Like, nothing like... I don't have, like, cans of food or anything, but...
Too bad.
Well, food aside, none of this seems particularly flammable.
The hand sanitizer might be.
Yeah.
How long do we think that will last?
Oh, it would be a good like flash starter, like maybe.
An accelerant.
Yeah, it's more of an
Yeah.
accelerant than a long burn.
We'll still need something to burn. It's getting pretty cold, and we don't have much wood left.
And what wood we can get's getting pretty wet with all of the snow.
Okay. Well, if we can bring in any of it and at least set it near the fire, it can dry out faster than just being
Yeah.
in the cabin.
Yeah,
So-
use our current situation to help.
Yeah.
Sustain
I mean-
that.
The only badge I was able to get in Girl Scouts was how to start a fire. You know, one of those like one match fires.
Yeah. And we've got the fire started. It's keeping it going. I mean, we're also low on water, which I mean that's pretty easy to get if we can keep some light on the door when we go outside, because we can just start collecting snow.
Yeah, but be better to be able to melt it using a fire instead of our own
Boil
body
it.
heat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Books. There's got to be books here. I know it seems sacrilegious, but burn the
Yeah.
books.
Books, any wooden furniture we've got in the place? Bed frames, chairs, tables.
Anything in a crisis.
Yep.
I have a question. Whose cabin is this?
My brother's. So another uncle.
Is Did your brother make it this far?
No. He died like a year or so ago, and so this has just been kind of passing around the family before it settles into someone. So, that bastard missed all this, got out early.
Always just getting the easy way out.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Dad's gonna do what he's gonna do.
you'd have enough furniture and books, burnables to probably get you through tonight, but short of going out to gather more, tomorrow's going to be very cold.
I mean, we can always close off any extra rooms. Make sure we're in the smallest room available, close all the doors, keep the heat contained into the small space possible.
Finding any blankets, curtains are probably better over the window, but any sort of cloth, wrapping ourselves up, keeping that body heat in. But it's also important to not make the fire's heat fight through all that insulation too. So,
I mean,
we don't want to sweat.
Yeah. We can also take some of that, or some of those pages from those books and stuff them in the cracks of the door, just as additional insulation so that any wind doesn't get through.
I can look and see if there are any extra blankets. I mean, the pantry and the kitchen is kind of big. No windows.
Yeah, but can we keep the fire in there
No.
without burning the house down? Because I don't think we want to burn this cabin down.
Yeah. I don't quite know how to move this fireplace. If you do, I'm all for it, but...
Like, the nearest neighbor is miles away.
I think the lake is closer.
Do you want to jump in that right now?
No, I never wanted to jump in it before.
Well,
Do we even know if they're affected by water? I mean, we know light, but...
No diddly. Not yet.
I don't.
have any of you ever seen them in the water?
Mm-mm.
Then unknown.
I mean, the cold and the snow doesn't seem to be slowing them down, so I don't know how much of an effect water itself would have either.
Yeah. Look, maybe if we can peek out the windows now and then, we might be able to see footprints and get a sense of size.
Is it
Size,
Right.
weight?
Is it actively snowing right now?
It hasn't stopped snowing.
Okay.
It is. There's no light and it's just snowing.
Yep.
Right?
Right. So even if we did get a light out the window, there wouldn't be anything to see because it's either been blown over or completely filled in.
Yeah. True.
Weirdly, I think this is how I always thought I was going to go anyway. So,
Really?
I mean, you know,
Surrounded by family freezing your ass off?
In a cabin that belongs to your dead brother?
yeah, actually.
Pacific.
I mean, I'm just not going to go alone. Is basically what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I
okay.
was gonna say
fair.
that's real
That's-
specific.
That
Yeah.
makes a lot more sense.
Look, I didn't think it was going to be a family reunion that took me out, but I always thought
I
it was
mean-
going to be an accident while performing. But I'll take it, I guess, since I don't have a choice.
Well,
I mean, unless we can get somewhere else, but that'd be cold travel, and we need a good sense of direction.
Not tonight, we're not.
if
Is there a difference at this
Yes.
point?
Yes. Sunlight is a good thing.
there is no sunlight.
The sun doesn't
No.
come up.
Everything's gone.
Yep.
There's no stars.
I still thought the sun came up. My bad.
I mean, it probably does. We just don't get to see it.
Yeah, it just doesn't reach us now.
You do
Yeah.
have time still. It just
Yeah,
time just
but-
doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but our time is running out.
Time is definitely
Yeah.
a construct now. Gah.
Well, if one of
We
you
sh-
would like to lead the charge in trying to gather burnables, kind of air proof, like weatherproof, like the windows and doors and stuff, we can make our very first roll of the game.
I also have an
Here.
idea.
Oh.
I would like to search these bookshelves to see if my dad had a map of the area around where we could find potentially a neighbor, something nearby, something that we might be able to go to if we can't stay here.
So I will actually make that 2 separate rolls. Alfie, if you would like to roll for that first,
Okay.
we can roll all 10 dice.
Nine,
A single
10.
6 is a success.
That's 1, 1, and no successes.
Would you like to burn your virtue? It would let you re-roll the single 1, perhaps into a success, into a.
I don't think it's worth it for one die.
So, I am taking 1. You now have a pool of 9, and one of our candles blown out. What do you find as you're looking through those books that just brings you a little closer?
Oh gosh. I find a record of that my dad had kept of firewood for the winter and all of that, and it's marked as needs to make need to chop more wood. Basically, no extra stores.
You had that hope of, this is a cabin. Of course, there's an emergency supply of wood somewhere around here, only to find that note that, remember, stock up on wood. As you all see Alfie just kind of going through books, just flipping through pages and folders looking for something. Who would like to lead looking for firewood?
I'll do it.
9 dice. And now that I have a dice, I can perhaps seize the narrative control if I roll more 6s.
I missed what you said. My earbud fell out.
So I get dice equal to the amount of candles that have blown out. And if I roll more 6s, then I seize narrative control.
I got 1 6 and 2 1s.
And of course, sacrifice your virtue to re-roll those ones.
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, we're already 1 scene in, though. No, I don't think
That is 2 dice. That puts you down to 7 total dice.
Yeah. Thank you, sunk cost fallacy. Yeah, I will burn my committed virtue. I am committed to keeping this family together, warm, and yeah. So
Absolutely.
rolling those 2, 4 and a 3. So
Beautiful.
no 1s.
You
Got
go
1
back in the
6.
pool. So you do win narrative control. What supplies do you find?
Well, obviously luckily the wooden table and the chairs and whatnot. Have you named your dad yet? Because I didn't name him.
David.
David. David wasn't much of a woodworker. Neither was I when I helped him with these, so they come apart pretty easily. But I do find a couple really good long pieces of wood and some old blankets that we can make into torches with a little bit of work, and maybe at least check the perimeter of the house. There might be a wood pile in the back or something that can help us outside.
It's enough that at least the biting cold that's starting to creep in is abated. The fire's going. You are now down a few chairs and what was a very nice end table, but now is going to keep you warm throughout the night. The blankets, those that you aren't using to insulate, doors or windows or whatever, you can wrap yourselves in and keep you going at least a while long. By now, you would all mixed in with that ever constant blowing of the wind. Something howls out there. And you know it's them. They are waiting for that moment that your light is gone.
Lex, that is the creepiest sound I think I've ever heard in my deepest, darkest nightmares.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot an entire phase of the game. So, after a scene ends, there's an opportunity to move the story forward, not unlike a film or a book, when characters have suddenly arrived at a destination. Circumstances have changed and new things have become true. This is done through the establishing truths, which is a special phase of the game that occurs at the end of every. Establishing truths is a phase of the game which the players and the GM have the opportunity to create new truths about a story. All establishing truth phases begin the same way, immediately following a candle darkening, indicating change of scene. To begin, the GM starts. These things are true. The world is dark. Once spoken, the players and the GM will go around the table clockwise, each establishing a single truth. This will continue for a number of truths equal to the number of now lit candles. If a previous scene's candle was darkened due to a player failing a conflict or darkening a candle to seize the narrative rights, that player establishes the first. So, since Alfie, it was your scene in hoping to find some map, some hidden treasure of wood that caused the first candle to go out. These things are all true. The world is dark. With the first truth.
And there's a shed in the back of the house.
Dead in the back of the house. Sully.
In the shed is a snowmobile.
Shed is a snow.
Ooh.
Jed.
there's something even worse coming.
Something worse coming. Georgie.
We have all armed ourselves with sharpened pieces of wood.
All armed herself with weapon. Alexis.
Well, you beat me to it. Dang it.
Now all on fire.
No. That's dangerous. One of the books on the bookshelf has notes about them.
Interesting.
Mm.
Okay. Alfie.
When we found the shed, we could see a light further down the mountain.
this shed seems a little more important than we thought. Um, I skipped myself the first time. That's okay. This house, this cabin, isn't as secure as you would. Sully,
Um, there is a car hood leaned up against the house.
and the final truth, dead.
There's a message for Alfie in the book from her dad. Their dad? Her.
Her dead.
And at the end of every truth phase, on the count of three, we all speak the one collective truth that we know, which is, and we are alive. 1, 2, 3, and we
And
are,
we
We are
are
alive.
Are alive.
May I say what the note is, or slightly at least?
Please.
Alfie, dear, if you find this, if anyone finds this, I've been seeing something strange lately. I've gotten a few good looks, and I hope these sketches can help, but I feel like since I've been following them, they've started following me. I don't know how long I can keep this up, but I'm going to spend whatever I have left learning as much as I can and keeping it in this book. I love you.
Well, guess it wasn't a hiking accident.
What do these sketches of them look like?
Someone else can take it.
Alfie?
They're spindly, long, gangly limbs. It's hard to tell if there's a set number or not. One constant in all of the sketches are two eyes high up in the top of this. It must be the head. It's small oval-ish thing. But they're not, I don't recognize the animal. I don't recognize what it even might have been if it was something. Uncle Jed, maybe like you've worked with animals, maybe you might have an idea.
Boy, I don't know as if I've ever seen anything quite like. I mean, I don't know where I'd need to see one. It looks like the perspective is, I don't know.
Dad wasn't the best artist. It's true. He tried.
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
here, someone else take a look. Maybe you can glean something else from it. Maybe a sense of their like what they can do.
Who else would like to take a look at this journal?
Tully will take a look at it. Let's see if she can decipher anything.
What's something you would notice about these drawings?
That the drawings, they kind of looks like might be hair, like when you would draw like hair, are more like pinpricks. It
Like,
looks kind of like maybe they're thorny,
like rose thorns or like a porcupine?
like a porcupine,
Okay.
but short.
Short quills rather than fur.
Yeah.
Guys, I've got it. We're being chased by an eldritch Sonic the Hedgehog.
If only we could be so lucky.
Yeah.
Does that mean we need to start like leaving rings in the snow?
Well, there was that. What was those 2 documentaries that they made about one of those creatures coming to our world and wreaking havoc with that doctor guy?
Only
Yeah.
you'd all have listened.
Look, we just need a giant mech, giant robot.
We should check the
Multiple of
shed.
us can pilot it.
Oh.
Maybe we can build one. There's that car hood. And if nothing
Yeah.
else, that car hood to make a really good sled or shield,
Yeah.
possibly.
I'd
I
say
mean,
sled.
Or both?
I mean, what if we can tie the car hood to the back of the snowmobile? That way we can all actually get on it, because that snowmobile is not made for a party of 5.
Maybe 2.
Better bundle up tight, though. That wind will take our skin off if we're going that fast.
No
Also,
kidding.
Yeah.
I'd want something stronger than just one line of rope. That's a lot of weight to put on a car hood.
I could use something stronger than just this water that's left here.
Right, Uncle Jed?
I mean, I can
Yeah.
add some hand sanitizer because I know it'll get you a little toasty if you really want.
Mm. We might need that for wounds. I hope
Yeah.
not, but
I mean, we've got the sheets from the bed. We could potentially use those as ropes on the
Yeah,
to attach the car hood.
yeah.
I mean,
Did
we
we
heading for
find-
that light, or
Did we find any chains in the shed that we could possibly use?
We didn't look yet.
No one's been in the shed yet.
We can go
we
take a
saw the
look.
snowmobile?
I'm gonna toss Georgie one of the torches that I made. Let's go
All right.
find out.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's go.
Is anyone
Are we
staying
all-
in the house?
I say, are we all going or like?
I think maybe we should stick together for now.
Right,
They're
but
getting really loud out there.
we need.
Yeah,
There's
I
something
mean,
about
I-
this house that's just.
I
my
think
my worry is that since Dad was studying them, that they've clocked this place.
I'm gonna
I mean, they're outside.
I'm gonna stand up with the other torch and start heading towards the door and kind of partially collapse with my holding my knee and just like, oh, it's where I hurt myself before. Oh, there's a storm coming. There's something. Oh,
We're-
I think I need to stay here.
We
I
don't
don't
want to
think
leave
I can-
anyone alone.
I mean, I got the fire. It's fine. Here, and I hand you the torch. It's fine. I'll
Who's
keep
coming
this
out to the
fire
shed
going.
with me?
I'll,
I will.
I'll go with you, Alfie. Georgie, maybe stay with Uncle Jed. You look very strong.
I will do my best to keep Uncle Jed company.
I think Alexis would hand you, even though it's a Swiss Army knife, but there is a knife on it that, I mean,
Well,
not that big.
Georgie made a couple spears, though.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
the stakes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
You
Yes,
know,
we all
just in
have
case they
stakes.
happen to be vampire Eldritch Sonics.
Oh.
Hey, if it bleeds, we
Right,
can kill it.
besides, you might need that Swiss
Wow.
Army knife to get the shed open just in case.
Yeah.
Nice reference there, Uncle Jed.
Well,
What?
Alexis, Alfie, and Tully, which one of you would like to roll? Step out the door into the biting cold and start trudging through the snow towards the shed.
I haven't rolled yet. I'll roll.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, someone else roll, not me. I already failed one.
You have 9 dice, you need a single 6, and I just need to know how many ones you get. You get 8 ones.
everyone trips and everything's on fire.
No.
I dropped it there.
Including the snow.
Yeah.
Including the snow.
That's impressive.
Who knew it was actually gasoline flakes?
Oh
Weird.
god.
Three sixes, no ones.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes.
So then, Tully, as you get out to the shed, what does it look like? What are you seeing?
It's a fairly good size like aluminum shed. Inside is the snowmobile. But there's a bunch of like debris and like old woodworking projects, pieces of an old boat. And it looks like one of the shelving units is also like kind of fallen on top of it. So there are tools scattered everywhere.
In what condition is that snowmobile?
It looks like it hasn't been used in a while, but other than like dust and dings and maybe a little bit of rust, it looks in decent shape. Uncle David liked kept his things in order.
We'll approach the shed.
I think it still works.
The door seems to be open, thankfully. Snowmobile is there. It might not be in the best of conditions. It might take a little to get it working, but there.
So you said there was a piece of an old boat or a full old boat there?
They're just like pieces of a boat.
Okay, but it's not like a prow that's still intact or anything?
No.
Okay. Darn.
I mean, the snowmobile should be able to handle the snow.
Oh, I will. I'm
Nah.
thinking, because, I don't know. Kind
A
of like...
sled thing.
Well, because you know how trains
not
have
there,
cow
sorry.
catchers? You could make a makeshift cow catcher with the
Yeah.
front of a ship in case one of
Yeah.
these things gets in front of us.
I mean, we could always try to take the door and bend, and like just bend the door of the shed. You know,
Maybe.
aluminum door.
Aluminum door, yeah.
That with all of us, we could probably manage it. Man.
Alfie, do you know where your dad used to keep the keys?
Yeah, they're over on the wall. They're under that shelf that collapsed. So I'll go look.
Gonna take a bit of digging. Which does also mean that's one fewer of you to keep watch, and it is going to be more noise to make. So, Alfie, no pressure. Would you make a roll?
Fuck. Okay. That's 2 6s and 3 1s, and I'm going to burn my virtue to reroll.
All those ones.
Yep. No more 6s, but no 1s.
We're still down to only 1-1. Takes a minute,
So
but where do you find the keys?
I find the keys directly under that shelf, which was a little easier to find because it also happened to fall on the can of gasoline that he used, that he had extra for the snowmobile. So I'm able to pull out both of those. Victorious.
Fuel and key. Would you like to start it up?
And we want to get everybody out here before we start it up.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, even then, like even before you start it up, we got to figure out a way because now that we have this in our sight, how many can sit on this thing? 2?
2.
Okay. So we're going to have to fashion something for 3 people.
I mean, we got that.
We got that car hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're out here. We might as well. I mean, the less trips we have to make.
Okay. Let's go get the car hood and then look for rope, chain, any kind of like even those bungee hooks
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
to pull down tarps and stuff.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have to use the bed sheets, cool, because we can just use the bed sheets for extra insulation on us.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We should go do that.
Yeah. Let's.
So we'll trudge
get that
over and
thing
get
in
the
here.
car hood.
Easy enough.
Okay.
Everything is more or less at your fingertips. It just takes time of being out in the frigid cold. I am going to jump over back to Georgie and Jed. 2 of you being in the house. Flickering of the flame, keeping you safe, warm. What are the 2 of you doing?
Georgie is sitting with their back to a corner, just watching windows and doors, and is going to take a quick glance at Jed and say, "We can all hear them outside, Jed. Now is not the time to be a coward."
I'm not afraid. Not.
So that old knee just happened to act up right at the right time.
I don't control it. It hurts. What about you? I didn't need anyone staying with me in here. How are you even related to us anyway?
Georgie is the distant aunt who shows up drink in hand, and nobody ever knows how they get there, how long they're going to be there for. If they show up drink in hand, best gifts for the holidays, and then they disappear again.
Who are you to start throwing stones, huh? You just wobble through this world, you know? What have you got for yourself? What sort of stuff can you even accomplishments can you claim?
Just an aside, Kian once wobbled through this world in their obituary. That's an amazing phrase. I've maybe I haven't been here the whole time, Jed, but I'm trying to be here now. I'm trying to be here for them, and I need you to step up and do the same. Have you even seen one of these things?
Yeah.
Then you know what we're up against. In all my wobbling around, I came across one too. You know what these things look like, as best we can. You know what they sound like.
I don't. I don't know what I saw. I went out on a favor for farmer out west. Something had gotten into his cattle. Went out there and see what I could see. We ended up saying it was wolves or a bear, but that weren't it. Some of them were just torn clean in half. We looked around for a little bit, and it started to get a bit dark. Well, anyway, I never believed the stuff that David was babbling about, but that night, I don't know, just I don't know much more. I don't know any more than that. that book you've been flipping through, that's going to tell us more than I can.
All that I've seen so far, compared to what I remember, is what's missing. And it's that giant mouth and all those rows of teeth. That's all that I know.
Georgie.
All I'm saying, Jed, is none of us are going to make it out if we're not in this together. And one of us at least has to.
Georgie, if you have a D100, D10 plus the D9, would you roll it, please?
Oh, Georgie can find one shortly. Please hold. Oh, well, would you look at that? My D10, yeah.
Thank you for giving me a good reason to not have a massive limp for the rest of the game.
um, that's a 49.
Oh,
As the two of you are sitting there talking about this, just that the conversation getting more and more heated, the room getting colder, colder. Very subtly, without notice, two of you would just kind of look over, catching now in your peripherals that the front door is just slightly ajar.
Someone must have left that open. I'll get it. And I stand up.
Georgie's gonna reach out and try to stop Jed.
Moon
What do you want to do?
Raccoon, thank you so much. Channel Redeem. As the candle goes out, Georgie, scrolling up. These things are all true. The world is dark.
On multiple sides of the cabin, you can hear scratching.
Horrific. Alexis.
okay. We were able to attach the car hood to the snowmobile.
Love it. Alfie.
There was gas in the can. We're able to fill the tank of the snowmobile.
Think of gas. Beautiful. Georgie and Jed are not alone in the house.
Shit.
Lily?
We made it safely to the light at the end of the hill.
So that would mean that you left without Jed and George.
We all did. We're moving the story forward.
Jed.
Well, I was going to say, I remembered that in the dark bedroom, David kept a shotgun.
That was... There are 8 left, so Georgie, back to you.
Oh,
Do it. Do it.
they are attracted to sound.
Oh no. It's a quiet place. Oh no. Oh no.
Or tremors.
Or
And
tremors.
Blame Uncle Jed. Blame Uncle Jed. He told me to do it.
And
I mean, a name like Uncle Jed just fits right in with tremors anyway.
Right.
If it weren't so cold, we'd be on the roof.
and the final truth on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, and we are
And
alive.
we are alive.
Man.
You're now a pool of 8 dice. As the snowmobile fires up, letting out that popping sound that you hear as it kicks on, pulls up to the front door, where all of you would see Jed and Georgie standing there, the door slightly open. Who's driving, by the way?
I drove the thing. I've driven before, so I can take the wheel.
Alfie behind
It's
the
my
wheel.
dad's snowmobile. Good memories of winters playing with this thing. Doing donuts.
Okay, who's
Let's not do
sitting
any of
where?
those right.
Yeah, who's
No,
sitting
no,
where?
that's
Yeah.
a bad idea.
Is one other
Especially with a
person-
car hood attached to it.
Yeah. So I'm willing to be on the car hood because I was the one who made sure that this thing was lashed together, and I'm going to make sure that it stays that way. That means 2 other people are on the car hood with me, and 1 person is behind on the snowmobile. So who's going where?
Car
Oh.
hood.
Before we get on
One's
there.
on the snowmobile.
No, you're good. But before Jed goes, sort of taking a bit of, she doesn't know what she's talking about, damn aunt. But also my ego's hurting a bit, and I'm gonna grab the torch and go to the bedroom and try to find a shotgun. I think David kept a shotgun in here for foxes and whatnot. Just a second. A quick real check. Check real quick.
Yeah. Would you?
I did.
like
Hey,
to
Uncle
roll?
Jed, did you get a hold of Lexi's hand sanitizer?
What?
You have 8 dice.
Alrighty.
I have 2 dice to wrestle narrative control.
I figured. I'll just wait till you roll.
I got 1. But if you got 0, I guess it wouldn't matter.
Well, I got no 6s, but I do have a 1. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm going to burn my vice controlling. I am going to take control here. I'm going to take control of the rest of my life. I'm going to do this my way. Or die trying. I got a 1.
Oh boy.
I think the dice have other ideas.
We're all gonna die anyway, whatever.
The 3rd candle goes out.
That was such a quick scene.
Before we resolve that, never remember. These things are all true. The world is dark. Dead.
And my torch just went out.
Oh
Which just-
no.
Georgie.
And we can hear the snow crunching coming around the house.
Like you can hear something in the snow?
Yeah, we can hear the snow crunching from footsteps coming around the house.
Georgie.
We don't know how fast these things can move.
Very true statement. Alexis.
The foot snow crunching is not them. It is
Oh,
another person.
interesting. That light in the distance is starting to flicker. Billy.
The person making the sound in the snow is my brother Francis.
Plot thickens.
Yeah.
And of course, 1, 2, 3, and we are alive.
And we are alive.
How many candles we have now? 7?
7.
Mhm.
Jed, as your torch just out, this gust of wind. There is no open window. There's nothing in this room that should cause that wind. And then you hear the sound of something letting out this low hum. Not quite a growl. The room is pitch black. What to do?
Well, when the light goes out suddenly, I'm obviously terrified already. And I start frantically patting for the shotgun that I can't find. And then when I hear this noise, I just grab the first thing I can, which ends up being the fitted sheet, and I just throw it at the thing, kind of covering it, but giving it an outline to see just how goddamn big and weird it is. Which isn't better.
Those long, spindly legs hold up this oddly thin frame. Toss just up at it, and it lands on something, and just gets caught in those spikes before it can get ripped down. You have a moment where you could continue to search for the shotgun, or turn and flee the room.
You'll make me roll, though, right?
Make you roll.
Can we see that the light went out?
Yeah, anyone that was watching Jed go, back into the house, absolutely.
Okay, I see the light go out, and I'm shouting for Jed to get back out here immediately.
Oh, I want to so bad. I run.
Uncle Jed, leave it.
I run.
Turn immediately out the door. Are you slamming the door behind you?
Do I?
Yeah.
No, that takes more time. I'm just to the snowmobile.
Just into that main living area, to the front door, and to
I'm
the
gonna go to the windows and to the walls, and I'm getting out of here. I'm just sweating profusely.
Yeah, that's really dripping, isn't it?
As you flee, hit the living room, and then hit the snowmobile. Alexis, what is the sound everyone would hear from this?
Gosh, so I kind of like how a hyena laughs.
Oh,
But
No,
double toned. So there's a high and a mid at the same time. And then as it finishes, it's kind of like keen. There's that predator backthroat click.
Oh, I hate it, and I love it.
Yeah, I can't do the predator click, so like
Yeah.
yeah.
But Jed is not the only one that comes running towards the snowmobile. Another figure, Francis, comes just trudging, covered in sweat, towards you all. I don't know that you have all met Francis before, but this is Tully's brother.
And my husband.
Ooh. I didn't
And
know.
just a worthless piece of shit, in my opinion.
Ooh.
He's that's how I married into the family. That's Francis.
I
Husband-
like you better than Francis.
Uncle Francie.
Husband
Uncle Francie.
or ex-husband?
Francie.
Sorry, what, Hooper?
Husband or ex-husband?
Ooh.
X, and you still come to the reunions.
Yeah, if the
Because
family
you
likes
like me,
Alexis
You're
yeah.
more.
invited. Francis isn't anymore.
Yeah.
She
Sure,
took your
Tully's her
side of the
best
divorce.
friend.
Ex-husband, Tully is my best friend. I kept the last name because I was like, okay, sure. And because changing names is a hassle, I know in real life. So I kept the last name, and your family likes me better than you, so I'm gonna keep coming to these reunions.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why she was invited and he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Francis just comes around the corner, jacket just ripped to shreds, covered in sweat. There is blood stains everywhere. It's hard to tell if it's his blood or someone or something else's blood. But he looks frantic. He's trying to say words, and it's just.
Alexis is gonna walk up, grab one shoulder, and slap him across the face. Focus! Francis. Now what?
Where am I?
Just get on the snowmobile. Get on the lid. Get on it. Get on it now. Right now.
Just push him onto it.
I think Alexis and Tully are just dragging him.
Yeah, dragging him.
Onto
They
the-
basically grabbed him by the lapels and have just dragging him to the car hood attached to the snowmobile.
Everyone on. Quick.
You hit the gas. It's that popping sound again as you start jetting away. Georgie, take one look back towards the cabin. See shadows moving along the sides of the cabin, just on the edge of the light. But there's something staring out the bedroom window. What is it?
Jed.
I wouldn't have left without you, Uncle Jed.
Oh, Jed's with you.
You might be a pain in the ass, but I'm not leaving you behind.
Jed could be with you, and it could still be Jed looking out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
If it's gonna be that,
Do it.
can it be David?
Ooh.
If it's gonna do that,
I'm so glad I'm not the one looking back.
Georgie, the final say is yours.
I'm glad I'm not the one looking back.
I watch as this thing kind of starts to push through the window and almost has to like unfold itself because it's so big and it takes up so much space. And I can see in like a weird moment of clarity that we haven't seen with them before. I see a image of my face kind of roll across its body, and then of Alfie's, and then of Tully's, until finally it starts to sort of shrink itself down and solidify into David.
kill Francis.
Kill Francis. I like how all of that came down to kill Francis.
Mm.
The snowmobile jets through the night. That cold wind biting at any exposed flesh. Even with blankets, with jackets, hats, gloves, that cold is still starting to seep in. Alfie, I think since you are driving, would you roll for this light?
Uh, 8 dice, yeah? No,
7.
No, 7.
7.
And I have
Right, we lost
3.
one, that's right.
Yep.
I have 2 6s.
I have no 6s and 3 1s, and I am burning my vice to re-roll these ones.
Oh no, you're martyr. Oh no.
2 6s.
Nice.
You tie, so you have no 1s, correct?
No 1s.
So that is a success, but ties do go. Yeah. You can sacrifice a candle to seize narrative control from me.
No. This is more dramatic.
You'll push on through the snow, through the darkness. The only light being that torch that you are barely able to protect, and the headlight that's guiding you. You get down the bottom of the hill, actually burning the card. Love it.
If I can get it to light.
And you'd all see the front of a car. The headlights just occasionally starting to flicker if the battery were dying. Pull up next to it. Fire.
If it weren't glass, I'd hold it up.
As you pull up next to it, what's inside?
Is that a question for me?
For whoever wants to take it.
I'm gonna let someone else take this one because I've narrated a lot.
Ditto.
Tully?
The light is a small boathouse just off the pier. Very tiny.
The light is a car with the dying battery.
Oh, the car with the dying battery.
Yeah,
Okay.
what's in the car is what
What's
you
in the
Oh.
car? Okay.
I thought the
In
dying
the
battery was the snowmobile.
lighthouse.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought the dying battery was the snowmobile.
Yeah.
In the car, the back seats ripped up. There are food wrappers. Maybe there's some actual food. We'll have to look. In the back seat. In the front seat is not one, but 2 bodies that have frozen solid. A man and a woman.
Do any of you recognize this couple or these people?
It's the old couple that lived a couple miles away.
Yeah.
He
We know.
used to come plow the snow whenever it snowed too much. He'd take his tractor over and make sure the roads were clear for us. We'd give him a six-pack of beer for it. We'd give him a 6-pack of beer for it, and his wife would always bring over fresh muffins.
Oh, her baked goods were
The
amazing.
muffins were the best.
They were so good.
And now, holding hands, the 2 of them just stare out the front of the car.
Aw. Are we? So we're stopped, right?
You are.
Okay. I think Alexis is gonna begrudgingly just look at everybody and go, just 2 minutes, and she's gonna search their bodies for food, uh, weapons, like more accelerants or matches or a lighter or survival stuff.
I think Tully's gonna check the rest of the car.
Yeah.
Like the trunk.
Alexis, go to roll.
Yeah, I guess.
With 7 dice. And this will, in addition, count for Tully. I will not make you both roll.
Oh, so he's just putting it on me. It's oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Come on.
It's been on me like 3 times now. It's your turn.
No, that's fine. I'm trying to grab all of these without grabbing the fire. There we go.
Tap R a few times. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There's a 6 and a 1.
6.
You like to burn your virtue to reroll that 1.
Well, if I don't, you just take it out of our pool until the end of the next
Correct.
round, right? Okay. No, I'm not gonna burn it yet. Just go ahead and take it out of our pool for now.
I have 4 dice.
Yeah, the candle doesn't go out, but
Nope.
we just keep going. So, but did you roll to see if you hold narrative on that? Because I only got 1 6.
Thank you for reminding. Nope. No,
Aha!
none.
In our favor. Wonderful. Okay. So I do find I find a box of 6 muffins that are not fresh but not completely stale. And a lighter, like a nice like Zippo lighter, because he may have been older, but every once in a while you'd sneak a smoke while on the tractor. And a flare gun.
Ooh. Beautiful.
With 2 shots, 1 loaded and 1 in his pocket.
And Tully, what would you find in the trunk?
In the trunk would be a gas can with, I don't know, about 3 inches of gas in the bottom. One of those portable first aid kits with like bandages in it. There are a couple of blankets in there.
Yeah, we live in the sticks. Gotta have the emergency kit.
Mm-hmm.
And there is an old bottle of whiskey. Almost full.
Y'all, it's time to drink and drive.
With
No, no, it's not.
with a note. It was wrapped, but it'd been opened. But there's a little note attached to it. This was meant for the reunion, but it got a little cold. Love, Daniel, and Gertrude.
I need some windshield wipers for my eyeballs before I
I'm
can
not
drive
crying,
again.
you're crying.
While the 2 of you are searching the car, Jed, Alfie, and Georgie, your latest pickup, Francis, has been fairly silent this entire trip, just kind of staring off nothing. But as you've stopped and your family have started to search through the car, he is starting to get up, eyes still just wide, now frantically looking around for something.
Hey there, Francis. Why don't you let me have a look at you there? You're not that much different than a horse. Come here.
Don't you touch I can see through you. Don't No. And he's like starting to back up away from you.
Uncle Francie, what happened?
Don't play that game with me. No, it's not going to work again. I'm on to you.
We're in the light.
He's still
Yeah, and
taking just gradual steps backwards.
All right, stay in the light though, man. Don't go too far off.
Yeah, so that's what you want. You want me to stay here with all of you things?
Francis, at least take this torch. If you're gonna wander off, at least take light.
Don't give him
What do you
anything.
mean as
If he wants,
things?
Hey,
We're
he's
your
family. He may be a weak link, but he is part of it.
if he wants to die out here in the dark, that's on him. We didn't
Georgie,
plan for space
no,
for him
we
anyway.
are not. We are not leaving him with nothing.
What does he mean things?
You know
he
exactly
gone
what I'm
crazy?
talking about.
I mean, them, but we're not them. We don't look at normal human limbs, hands, fingers, not spindly, short.
They can look like anything.
Alexis is gonna lean up out of the window and glare at Francis and go, "How the hell did you get here anyway?"
Drove my car. Think.
I invited him.
Where is your car? Because you came up all busted up and sweating and
I
half
ran into
cocked.
some travelers. We decided to stick together for safety. And then as soon as the car stopped, as soon as we ran out of gas, they turned on me, all of them. I didn't have any choice. It's a good thing I had a weapon to defend myself.
Killed him.
Francis,
They were monsters.
Sure they
are
were.
they though?
Francis, just come on back
You
to the
need-
light. Sit down.
Francis, you need to stay with us.
Whoever would like to take control of the situation, you are welcome to roll, as he's continuing to step backward.
I think that the person who has the most power in a social situation with him would be his ex-wife.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's
I was
my.
about to say it's probably
Yeah.
gotta be me.
Yep.
Ex-wife or his
so-
sister?
Ex-wife or a sister. Honestly, either one of us could probably try this, and sister might have more luck. Maybe.
Maybe.
I will say that flare gun and 2 flares that I found, I'm gonna pocket that. I'm not gonna share that with the group.
So, Tully or Alexis?
I mean, I'll do it.
I'll say, Tully, talk some sense into your brother, please, because he's obviously not listening to me.
Francis.
He's gone crazy.
You have 6 dice.
6. 1, 2, 3,
You got nothing.
6. 2 6s.
Any ones?
Yeah.
Nope. No ones.
Beautiful. Eventually stop. Look out into the darkness. Look back at you all.
Fran. Remember when we were 10 and there was that really bad storm when we were at Grant's house and all the power went out? I was really scared. It was just me and you. We didn't know where Gran was. We'd always be there for each other, right? You promised you'd always be there for me. No matter how bad the storm. Would one of them know that?
I guess not. Okay.
You're gonna be safe with us. You just deep breaths.
Okay. Yeah, just it's been It's yeah. I threw my pistol out into the snow. I tried to hit one of them with it.
Why didn't you try to? You're a really good shot. Why didn't you try to shoot that?
I did.
Please tell me you were out of.
They started to turn. They they looked so human, and then they just weren't. Or at least they were starting to turn anyway. They're starting to turn into monsters.
Turn to monsters. Totally kind of looks like sheet white. Like she is freaked the fuck out. She is not equipped for this situation. They. Do any of you know anything about them turning?
Why don't we check that book? I mean, if anybody was going to notice it, it was the guy who was studying it for a little while before everything went pitch black.
Oh, wait, I have that book. I don't think I ever gave it back to Alfie. Start flipping through it, I guess.
Yeah. Does it have anything in there about it?
I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Can anybody else see anything?
I've never heard of anything like that with one of these.
Because Georgie saw that happen. Okay.
Georgie did.
Okay.
Georgie is looking at Tully and seeing the panic and insists very calmly they've never seen something like that before.
You're saying you never saw anything like that? So you are
Correct.
lying. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Correct. Yes, Georgie is lying to the group.
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think as Tully flips through the pages, there's not anything about people turning into these things.
Tully, what about, is there anything in there that's, if they can turn into humans, is there anything very, like, unique, like, do they bleed black blood or they can't show emotions? I'm digging up from sci-fi, books, but
Go flip through looking for any, like, information on wounds, bleeding. Since there's nothing on changing, but ways that they fight.
Yeah. What would it say about how they fight?
There are a couple of different pages about how they fight. A lot of it there are bite wounds, but their arms. Lexi, am I reading this right? It says that their arms extend and morph.
You'll come over and like look over your shoulder. Flip a couple pages, and you flip to the next page, and those crude drawings are there. And there's one where it's just a normal size, and then next to it is like where the arm extends and has a triple joint, so it can triple joint itself, kind of like so there's the shoulder, the elbow, and the wrist, but then there's also like another one in the middle, kind of like praying mantis style. So it's got extension and joint movement.
It sure does. You all made a horrifying monster.
Yeah, we did.
Really did.
It's horrible
No.
and it's great.
I'm new here, but I'm putting this blame on you, Hoop, because you're the, as far as I know, you're the one that started the Lost Caravan and attracted assholes like us. So like, this is still your fault.
Fair.
Create creepy people. What do you expect?
It's fair. Yeah, as you are reading through this, getting those more and more descriptions as you have more time to sit down, go through this book, not only is the cold starting to make limbs and faces go numb, but the battery of the car finally does die. And all of that light that you had a moment ago, gone. You still have the light from your snowmobile, you still have your torch. You were not left defenseless, but you can definitely hear things out in the darkness.
We need to start moving.
Yeah. We got to get moving. Just
Yeah, I'm with Aunt Georgie on that one.
Back on.
Okay, I'm gonna stash the box of 6 muffins into the side saddle of the snowmobile. So, muffins, Gertrude's muffins, and just shoves them into the bag.
Before we get going, I'm just going to real quick reach into the car, grab Gertrude's scarf, wrap it around my hands a little more as I get my hands back on the handlebars of this snowmobile, and then get us going again.
Second. Alfie, since you are driving back, I'd like to roll for the drive back. You have 6 dice.
Oh, sorry. I was that me? Sorry, I blinked.
Yes.
Brain
Yeah.
went. Okay, sorry. Brain whip.
We see anything else? Distance? Any other lights or anything?
We're about to find out.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
My brain blanked out a different part than Mir's did, so I was.
I got none.
6 and 3 ones.
What?
Oof.
Oof. You got a 6. So if you don't want to burn anything, we could just lose 3 dice and keep this candle.
I think Alfie has already burned your vice and your virtue, haven't
down.
you?
I'm down to my moment.
Okay. So
Yeah.
we'll lose 3, but we keep going
Keep going.
Yeah.
You're down to 3 dice.
for this scene. Yeah.
Why do we keep letting me roll?
Hey, you still won the narrative though, because you
You
at least
did.
got 1 6,
Yep.
and Hoop doesn't have any.
I got none. So, what happens on the way back? Are there other lights? Are you alone on this path?
Heading back, I'm nervous about going back to that cabin because there were things in there and it wasn't great, and there were things hanging around there scratching at the walls, and I didn't like that either. I'm gonna take us down another path, a fork in the road, where I can see. Maybe hopefully it's through the trees. There's a little flicker. I'm hoping for it, but gonna aim for that little flicker of light there in the hopes that it's something and not just the reflection of the headlamp of this
Yeah.
snowmobile.
As you get closer, still occasionally seeing and hearing things just on the edge of the light. What is it? What is this flickering light source that...
Oh God, what is it? Oh gosh. I think the reason that it's flickering, the reason that I'm not always seeing it, is because it is one of those blinking lights that you see on like the radio towers or something. And it seems like it's flickering because I'm seeing it through the trees. Through the branches of the trees. So there's someone that must have a generator. Something out there that's there's got to be someone. That or I'm going absolutely crazy. But I got to get these people somewhere. I'm not giving up.
Well,
I mean, the other choice is to go back to that cabin and light it on fire.
as you are all being pulled through the snow, that cold now starting to set in deep, muscles getting stiff, hard to move, skin going numb, it's getting harder to breathe. And as you see that flashing light, that is where we're going to take a break. Give everyone a chance to grab a drink, stretch your legs, take a deep breath, and we'll come back with the second half of this adventure. Whew. All right.
Yeah.
See you soon, everybody. And welcome back. Where we left off, we were mid journey back with 7 candles still remaining. But I feel like that's going to change very soon because you are down to 3 dice.
Yep.
But on the way back, our driver decided to take a detour, head off towards this blinking light in the distance. And Tully, I believe that she said you had an idea for what that light was.
Yeah, Alfie thought it was a radio station tower because it is. It's the radio station tower that Alexis and Tully work at.
Interesting. So you'd have a good idea of what's there, what's around it. Do either of you have keys to get in?
Tully does.
Then as you pull up to this radio tower, that's light still just blinking continuously. What would you like to do?
There's a little fenced in area. We can keep the snowmobile in there and maybe like shut it in so that we can get to it quickly, but maybe nobody else can come and snag it. We can go out and we can try and call, see if there's anybody else out there, and get some supplies.
Need one of you to roll a D100, please. You know, let's go with Tully.
I was gonna say, I'll roll it.
Yeah.
Let's burn out a candle. With my smelly fire dice. $97.
Oh God.
Otter Poet.
That's a
So sorry, but you huff and you puff. But their will is just too strong.
Gotta try again.
But yes, you pull off the snowmobile, kind of tuck it away.
Inside out of the wind.
yeah.
Yes.
Tully gets her keys out. The building is 2 stories. It's not a huge radio station. This is the Hicks. But I can get everybody inside.
Absolutely. You get to the front door, pull out the keys, your hands just barely working by this point. It's so much effort to just pull the keys apart, get the right one, shaking as you're trying to get it into the lock, but it does turn a satisfying click or pull the doors open. as you're about to head inside, Alexis worked here alongside Tully for who knows how long. What does it look like as you step in?
So I would say, since the tower still has the flashing lights to keep it visible to anything, those emergency lights that are over doors, usually where it says exit, those are still illuminating the place, but it's not a lot of light. It's enough to give, like, to see the lines of the cubicles of where sales and finance used to sit. And there's the boss's door that's basically straight back from the main door. And to the right is where the booth is, where Tully and the other on-air personalities do their work. And then there's another door next to that that is like a recording booth for stuff that they have to do when they're not on the air. It's not too huge, but the second floor is like seasonal storage, and all the field equipment is upstairs. And there's a couple of cots because, if something major is happening in the area, you may have to stay overnight, or if it snows too bad, you may have to sleep overnight. But any of the light that's coming is from those emergency lamps.
Of course. Which isn't much.
Right.
Now you are down to a single torch and that little bit of luminescent glow from the emergency. What are you looking for here?
Not death.
Not death. I think with having Francis here and Lexi, she's Tully's out of her depth, but she knows where everything here is. So she's gonna go looking up on the second floor for tripods to take off the bottom rubbers so that they can be used as some kind of defense or weaponry.
Okay. Well, you have 3 dice.
I have 3 dice.
These things are true.
Do it.
I have
He only got one. He only got one. You got it.
I got a 1, a 4, and a 3.
Shit.
So
Would you like to burn?
I would like to burn my virtue. Perceptive.
Ooh.
Yes.
You reroll that 1.
Is it a 1?
It's another 1.
Damn it.
Yay, the double 1 club.
But,
I'm not alone in my terrible rolls.
As you start ascending the steps, your footsteps echoing, the rest of you kind of do this preliminary search of the area just to make sure it's safe and secured. After a few moments, you hear some steps coming back down. See Tully now headed down the steps back towards you all, not having been gone more than maybe a minute.
Found those fast. Bring them on over. We'll get it set up.
It is going to blow out another candle, which is kind of fortunate because that does give you back most of your dice pool, short of the 4 that I get. These things are true. The world is dark. Tully?
It wasn't Tully that came down the stairs.
Oh, God.
Jed?
At least we now know.
Was that your truth? That you
Oh
know?
no. I'm sorry. I didn't hear.
Okay.
I didn't hear my name. The on-air sign is lit. Someone's in the booth
Oh God. Okay.
Nice.
or
Cool.
something.
Uh-huh. Georgie.
What sounds like a very human scream is heard outside.
Oh.
Wait, where's Francis?
Yeah.
We
He's
left him
dead
to guard
weight,
the
kids.
snowmobile.
Alexis.
He's dead weight. The boss keeps a what's that the caliber? The elephant killer type gun round rifle in his office in case bears show up.
Alfie.
There's emergency candles in the office kitchen cabinets.
Beautiful. And as always, 1, 2, 3, and we are
And
still
And we are
alive.
alive.
Still alive.
But not for long. I mean, sorry. I was in the head. I don't know.
Tully, you are upstairs, looking, still searching desperately to find anything useful. It doesn't look like you were the first ones here. But for the rest of you, Lee comes down, very, very sad expression, very defeated. Hasn't yet said anything, but Alfie is, you're near the kind of break kitchen area. You see that box of candles. Jed, you're near the recording booth where that on-air light has just turned on. What would you all like to do?
Hey, Tully, do you know who'd be going on air right now?
Billy would stop. Turn to look at you. Slowly at first, start walking towards you. Picking up the pace to a fast walk. And then a light jog, and then a full sprint at you.
Alexis is gonna pull the flare gun.
George, not George. Alfie is sorry, it's getting to me now. Alfie is going to see this and is going to start sprinting to tackle Tully.
Well, Alexis, a flare is very fast,
Yeah.
but it's also a projectile with some allies in the very close vicinity.
Yeah.
You have 6 dice.
I know. Son of a bitch.
I mean, my eyes are also super
it.
wide right now.
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and burn my virtue.
You can reroll that 1.
Yeah.
It's your first burn.
That is my first burn. Yes.
Yeah, no, Alfie, you and I have been being, super
Yeah,
reckless.
yeah.
Almost like someone gave us a certain trait.
Nope.
The funny thing is, we're not the impulsive ones.
Oh no, that's me. That's me. I don't know what happens if it goes wide. If I hit somebody, you.
Absolutely. Oh, I guess I didn't roll. Not that I needed to, but
Not that you needed to.
No.
I
I mean,
didn't
this is
either.
Alfie's smarter
Well-
speaking right now. That's what the sprinting to tackle is. So
If I may argue for more chaos, you
Mhm.
could roll because Alexis is trying to stop the monster from getting Jed.
I did. I didn't get any successes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
No,
Neither
you're
one of us
all
did.
good. But as that shot there's that pop of the flare gun going out, Jed, in almost slow motion, this Tully is sprinting towards you. Every step, their legs getting longer and longer. Those spines starting to protrude out of the skin.
Oh god.
You see Alfie also sprinting towards you. Alexis pulls out the flare gun, pulls the trigger, and there's now a ball of fire headed your way. um, these things are true. The world is dark. That was Alexis.
Oh, it doesn't take the card. Damn. Oh well. Worth a shot. No matter what the monster does, Jed will survive it.
I don't know if I like it.
I like.
Okay. Alfie.
Alfie has the stake out to hit first.
Okay. Tully is not okay. Tully.
How dark do I want to go, guys?
Go dark.
Do it.
Go dark. We're 5
Do
candles
it.
in. Go dark.
Francis is in the room with her and knows what she did.
Francis is upstairs with you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that was...
Oh wait, I should tell the GM what Francis knows.
Sure. And, that was 4, so for the last one, as always, 1, 2, 3. And we are still
we
alive.
are alive.
Still alive.
Somehow.
Somehow.
And these things are true. I find a cat.
You found a cat.
So,
You gave a kitty kisses.
Alfie, you said that you are striking first.
Yep.
Do it. Do it.
What does it look like?
Alfie is going full on, just like straight at them, tackle with the stake at the ready to hit first. Banking on Alfie's being in shape for being a traveling acrobat, because that is the concept. So banking on the strength and coordination dexterity for that. To get in there and attack that, because Hoop, can you remind me how moments work?
Basically, the moment that you have, you ideally will come across a situation where you can apply it. Will let me know that this is my moment. We will roll, and you'll have a chance to succeed in this moment and gain hope.
This is my moment. My
Oof.
actions help save someone.
Can I get one of you to roll a d100 real quick?
Hmm.
And then we'll
Moon
have
Moon
Alfie
Raccoon
roll.
is a dick.
Let me have my moment, man.
Can I roll?
Yeah, please.
I say I don't have a D100, so somebody's got to do it.
Both of my D10s are currently holding up my computer, so
I'm gonna just.
I make a.
I'm gonna head out. You guys have a.
Oh no.
What did you roll?
I rolled an 11.
Oh boy.
I never liked raccoons. I'm a huge wilderness person. big lumberjack. Never liked raccoons.
As a sudden cold breeze just bursts in, the front door just slamming its way into the interior, a frigid blast of air filling this room. Alfie, you are focused. You dive at this thing that is charging at Jed. You have 5 dice.
And I can burn my moment to reroll ones. Is that a thing I can do? I don't remember how this works.
I got it.
I thought with moments it's success on 5s or 6s.
With a hope die, if you succeed at your moment,
Yeah.
it does count as 5 or 6. There's like 5 rules to this game, and I still don't remember all of them.
Characters ready to live their moment, a conflict roll is required. If the roll is successful, hope is inspired. So you can use your moment to get your conflict die. Or your hope die.
Yeah, but I failed.
So
And
I
the
think,
question is, can I burn my moment to
I think no
reroll
matter
one?
what, in this moment, you get
It's
that
gone.
hope die. Or sorry, it's gone. You are spending it, but you do get the hope die, I believe.
I think you only get the hope die if you succeed.
You only get the hope die if you succeed, and if you fail, if hope is lost, you must immediately darken a candle. So in
Oof.
like 10 minutes, we've lost 3 goddamn candles.
Oof.
Because not only did I fail, but I rolled 2 ones.
Oh my gosh.
Right, there goes that candle.
Wow.
And Alfie does not get her hope.
I would absolutely call this a dire conflict, which means that one of you will have the ability to make a sacrifice should you want to.
So,
Yeah.
Yep, I'm doing it.
I was gonna say, Alfie's already run at this. Alfie's got the martyr.
Alfie's been one of my favorites. Give her the hardest time, obviously, but
Automatically win the narrative.
Mhm.
Jed.
So Tully comes down the stairs and begins walking and running towards Jed. A flare is shot, lighting the entire room up, blinding most of us. And in that, there's a strange smell, almost of the light reacting off of this thing's flesh as it's turning. But it keeps running. And through the light, my niece comes running in to save me as I'm frozen in panic. Just like when I broke my leg and lost my job. Just like I'm just frozen. And she runs in, and this thing just bats her aside and keeps coming at me. Just no. No. And I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I charge at this thing too. And whether it's that I beat it in a fist fight or whether it's this thing chokes on my dead body, the thing and Jed lay on the floor when the light finally fades from the flare.
Charge to meet this thing, seeing just for that what little you can see, the trajectory of the flare is going to miss. It's ready to soar past you, and you just slam into this creature. Its claws just bear down, and you just drive, continuing to push until you are in the path of the flare, and it strikes the two of you, and it's just a
Whoa.
All of you see this thing collapse, lets out this screech, this almost human cry, and both it and Jed are gone.
Alfie's not going to see it right away because Alfie got
I mean,
thrown to
Tully's
the
not
side.
there.
Nope.
I think Alexis, like, she shoots thinking she's gonna hit. She hits. She sees it. There's a pause, and then there's just this loud, just fuck, as she just screams fuck at the top of her lungs, pissed off that she did what she did.
Well,
I don't think anyone else even saw exactly what happened either. Like, I don't think you
just
saw
the
that
aftermath.
Jed
No.
jumped in. Yeah.
No, Alfie's going to be like, stunned for that for a moment, but trying to figure out what's going on. And when she sees Jed on the ground, she's going to be scrambling to get over there, which is kind of a crawling scramble. We're not getting up on our feet yet. We're just...
Well, Alfie, these things are all true. The world is dark. What is your truth?
That was the only thing in this place. It was only one of them in this place, in this building.
Francis has taken this moment to be alone with Tully and is going to try to kill you. And as always, 1, 2, 3. We are all still alive.
We are alive.
Alive.
No, we
We're
ain't.
not, though.
Tully, as you hear that pop, there's that flash of light from downstairs. You hear that inhuman scream and then some very human scream. You turn to look at what that might be. Oh no, we lost Dido!
Uh-oh.
No.
Please bear with us while we deal with these technical difficulties.
One
Sorry,
moment.
you try to attack? Yes.
Oh no!
Oh no, it's
Just the perfect moment, too.
Yeah. Well, I guess Tully's in the dark.
nope. That was a leave. No.
Yeah, that was Dido leaving the voice chat.
Yeah.
Okay, give us...
Also, Tully in my video. Oh, because it shifted. Never mind.
Yep,
Sorry.
because it all shifted.
Yep. No, I don't know. I don't know things.
Dido's
All I
typing
know is that was the only one of them in this place.
It was fantastic use of a truth. Okay.
She is.
We're going to take a quick break. Let's sort out some tech gremlins, and we will be right back, everybody. I know it's a tense moment. We'll get back to it. All right. We are back. Tech gremlins have been defeated.
Silly gremlin.
But where we left off, we had done our truths with Alfie stating that there were no other monsters here. And my truth being that Francis was about to try to kill Tully. Tully, as you hear that pop, you see that flash of light from the flare come up the stairs, turn to look at it, and then you hear Francis starting to run towards you barely out of the corner of your eye, catching the glint of something metal and something sharp. What would you like to do?
Grab the handy dandy Aunt Georgie steak.
Yeah. Are you going for a kill, or are you just trying to defend yourself?
We're just gonna maim. He is my brother.
So, I won't put a roll on that. The two of you would be fairly evenly matched. Just going back and forth, probably getting in a few cuts as you would all from downstairs, as some of you are rushing over towards Jed, some of you are standing there still in shock. You'd hear shouts from upstairs.
What are you doing?
The hell could you do that? He was our
What are you-
father.
What are you talking about?
No, what I'm talking about.
I think you've gone crazy, Francis. You need to calm your shit right now.
You'd all hear a crash of the two of them just sending each other into some recording equipment, getting tangled up in a life or death fight. Alexis and Alfie, I believe the two of you were headed or running or crawling over towards Jed. Georgie?
As all of this was happening, Georgie was backed into a corner, holding their wooden stake, and hearing the crash upstairs probably startles them into motion. And Georgie's gonna run upstairs.
Asked your family that is tending to the burning, charred figure that was Jed reach the stairs. And you're watching Tully and Francis, both with their own makeshift weapons, just screaming in each other's faces.
Sorry, y'all. Georgie's kind of losing it. Seeing what had just happened downstairs,
Mhm.
remembering one of them turning into what looked like David, remembering Francis accusing everybody. Georgie is going to come up behind Francis and swing with their weapon directly at his head.
You have dice.
Oh, drop dice. Doesn't
This is
count.
what you get for waiting to act. You don't get
I know,
to roll a satisfying handful.
I have 2 successes.
Oh shit! Chill out, Hoop. I have a 6, a 5, and a 2, so I have 1 success.
But
You
no points,
can
thank God.
No.
sacrifice a candle to steal narrative control.
No.
No.
We're down to 3 candles.
We're down to 3 candles. Don't
Yeah,
sacrifice.
no,
please.
no, not ready to do that yet.
Ah,
You just reel back with that sharpened, walking stick and just drive it down. There's very little resistance. Only from above you, Francis would just cough, and there's blood that would just splatter onto your jacket, onto the ground.
I'm not gonna do it. Because I'm not gonna burst your guys' eardrums, but blood curdling scream.
That momentum just shoves Francis off. His limbs don't elongate, doesn't start growing spines. He was human.
What was he doing? Do those things make you go crazy?
I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Jed is a pile of ash downstairs. I come up here and Francis is trying to kill you, and
Hey, what
Georgie is
happened
going
to Uncle Jed?
He exploded downstairs. One of those things was down there. It looked like you. None of us knew what it was.
I don't like this, Aunt Georgie.
Georgie is the most frantic that you have seen them this entire time. Georgie is absolutely starting to snap.
I wasn't made for this. Like I go and I pretend on radio, but these things, this running, these, trying to find things to survive. I'm not a survivor.
Tully, I don't think any of us were made for this. And Georgie is going to kneel down and kind of grab Tully by the shoulders. But I'm going to need you to get your shit together because I don't want to die here.
Okay. She pulls out, she takes a huge hit off of that bottle of whiskey. I think this is going to be the only way we get through the night. She hands it off to her aunt.
Georgie's going to take a swig and is going to make hard eye contact with Tully and say, if you're going to leave me behind like you did to him, I need to know about that now.
I'm not going to leave you behind. I'm not going to leave anybody behind again.
You're going to have to prove that. And Georgie is going to stand up and pull Tully up as well.
Jumping back downstairs, Alfie crawl towards these two burnt husks. What to do?
Alfie's frantically getting to Uncle Jed and like repeating just like no, like just trying to get there, trying to see like check, is he alive? Is there's some kind of heartbeat? Is there something, anything? He can't be dead, no. My screen is going to shake in at the level of franticness.
Reach down and it's just a burnt human being.
Alfie, wow, I keep doing that. Alfie's just sobbing at this point. Sobbing over Jed's body.
That room to the recording studio. Hear that door, like, open just a little bit. The voice called. Is it safe?
Mom?
Alexis is reloading the flare gun. She pulls the shell, chucks it sideways, and puts the second one in and loads it, and just has it in her hand.
Tully, coming down the steps, you hear that familiar voice. What's your mother like?
Tom is a boy's name.
Oh, I thought
But
you
I
said
mean, sure.
mom.
No, I said Tom. T-O-M.
I also
Thought we were gonna get
Mom.
another like continue the reunion here.
Yeah.
It's the extended reunion, the extended edition.
Yeah, the radio station's owned by the family too. It's totally fine.
No, I just killed my brother. I'm not bringing my mom into this. This is a
God.
coworker.
Who's Tom?
Tom is my co-anchor.
Poking his head out the door. It is indeed Thomas. Is that thing gone?
It looks to be. Is that totally has a mind freak out at seeing the pile of ashes. Yes.
It's like you hear some furniture being moved. The door, open enough that He can slide out, very nearly stepping on Jed. He is just hurriedly starting to head towards the door. Just, we gotta get there. We gotta go. There's things. They are out here. We need to go.
Oh, like Alfie's looking up, still in tears. Go where? Where go? Where would we go?
It's somewhere with light. I don't. Where did you come from?
I've been in the woods.
Great. Let's go.
There's no light there.
God. Serious.
This was the only
was-
light we could see.
I mean, you didn't walk here, did you?
Snowmobile.
And a car hood.
Great. Fantastic. And he is just absolutely gonna start, just rushing past you all, headed towards the front door.
I'm impulsive right now. He's not taking our only way out of here. My brother just tried to kill me. She's going to tackle him to the ground.
Yeah. Absolutely not expecting it. Suddenly there is just a furious Tully that just comes soaring through the air, sends the two of you to the ground.
We know you're not going crazy too.
Get the hell off me! What is wrong with you? What is
So
wrong with
many
all of
things.
you?
It's been a very bad night. Night. What? It's been very bad. And
Holly's also covered in blood,
Yep.
so that doesn't help.
Just get the hell off me. But clearly we can't stay here. There's gotta be someone out there with some fire and some lights. Hey, there's someone, alright?
We can't
There
stay
is-
here, but nobody said you can come with us.
Are any of the radios sounding? Is there anyone on any signal?
What do you think I was doing in there?
Listening or talking, but did you get anything? That's not a fucking answer.
Go check for yourself.
Not leaving him.
I'll go check. Alexis will go in, leaving the door open, mind you.
You have 3 dice.
Yeah. God. No.
You like to burn your virtue or vice?
I already burned my virtue, so we're burning my vice. That's gonna be impulsive.
What is your moment of hope?
Well, I don't think my moment of hope fits here. Because my moment of hope would be I find hope when we can properly defend ourselves. We are not fully properly defending ourselves right now. So I'm gonna have to burn my vice. And I will go in and slightly frantic, but definitely being impulsive about it, just start like darting around looking, and then if I have to, I'll start turning knobs and dials and shit. Trying to get something.
You roll your 1.
Yeah. Damn it. That's nothing.
The next candle goes out. Start going from station to station, getting static. Static after static. Again, again. Every single time that hope just started to slip a little more. never remember. These things are true. World is dark. Alexa.
Alexis knows a frequency that only the military uses that she can contact.
As always, we are still
We
alive.
are
And
still alive.
If in tears on the floor.
In an emotional heap. It's fine.
Yeah.
Tully,
Covered in
are,
blood and ashes and tears.
Oh yeah.
Tully, are
You know, and
still,
trying to save him.
Are you still on top of Tom?
Yes. This is not a position he is not unfamiliar with. Just not me being psycho and covered in blood.
Oh.
Elfie,
Well.
as this is happening, as you are still there just sobbing over Jed, you hear very faint. Crispy skin crackling with every breath. Jed does start to breathe. It was a truth that no matter what, Jed was going to survive.
Oh, I made it worse. I made it so much worse.
Looking at you. Elfie? My eyes just like still kind of burned away.
Uncle Jed,
God.
I'm here. And touches his hand somewhere that's not like so heavily burned, like because there are multiple sides of a person.
So cold.
We're here. We're here, Jed. We're here.
Elfie. I reach out a hand and I sort of try to put it on your face.
I'll.
I miss you. And the spikes start to come out, and the arm just like wraps itself around your head, and the voice at the last, like, you, I miss you. It's just like I miss you.
Oh shit.
We've achieved 4 hands over the mouth.
Can I huck a body at it?
At the moment, Georgie, I think you were the only one currently in any position to immediately react with any sort of defensive or offensive action.
Georgie is going to grab Alfie by the shoulder, the shirt, the hair, whatever they can reach, and try to pull back to get away from them now.
You have 2 dice.
Oh god.
Oh.
I'm holding on.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Oh, I got
Ah!
nothing. I got none.
You got nothing. Roll those 2.
Again.
I got a 4 and a 5. I didn't get anything. I can't re-roll. I can't.
I will let you burn. Oh, you have both your vice and your virtue left, right?
I do, and I will burn both. To
I will let
this.
you burn both to reroll.
Reroll both or just
Both.
one? Just for narrative purposes, my virtue was stalwart, I can't say it, and my vice was selfish, which you've definitely seen Georgie start to be.
Yeah.
It's a 5 and a 2. Oh,
Yeah.
This is a dire challenge, which means that Alfie, as Georgie starts to try to pull you away, this thing, Jed, still holding on, just going to extend those claws out and break down.
Can I sacrifice?
Absolutely, you can.
I'm gonna die anyway. So, already being grabbed by the head, but I've got my stake there. And if I can jam that thing, like as he's pulling me down, if I can jam that thing up under the jaw, straight straight up into the head.
Yep.
Try to take it out with me.
Being pulled
Or without
back,
me.
you have that moment where it's starting to get up, to get pulled on with you, that claws now digging into the back of your head. Just take that spear, turn it upwards, just shrug off of, Georgie's hand, and you're immediately pulled back down into what was Jed. That stake up, the momentum carrying you down, driving that stake into this thing's head, and its claws deeper into you.
And as the Jed thing dies, his face slowly turns slightly back to Jed, and then dies.
Am I just and that since that was a sacrifice, I'm dead too, yes.
Leave that up to you.
Hey Georgie, you want my revenge die?
so Kian wants it. My moment, I think that could be really interesting narratively. My moment is I will find hope when I can protect someone else. And I could not protect Alfie in this moment. And I am curious, Hoop, if you have any thoughts on what might happen should a moment. I didn't have to roll for it. It just auto failed. I don't want to do that to myself, but I want to be true to the very dire, terrifying situation that we are in.
I mean, unless I would say unless we like obviously Hoop's decision here. Unless you roll now, and if you succeed on that moment roll, Alfie survives.
Ooh, the tension.
Ooh, yeah.
Devil's bargain.
None of y'all are surviving for too much longer, so
It's
grievously
true.
wounded, bleeding out.
You have a first aid kit? Shush.
Yeah?
That's right, I'm dead. Twice over. Sorry.
Georgie, it's up to you.
What does the revenge die do? Does that give me an
it counts
extra?
as
A hope die.
Counts as a hope die. So it
Okay.
succeeds out of 5 or 6.
Okay. I'm gonna try and roll. This will be my moment of trying to protect.
2
Alfie.
dice plus a hope die.
Okay. All of my good dice have betrayed me tonight.
I've never expected better from my dice. They've never actually loved me.
The betrayal.
They can't betray you if they never loved you in the first place.
That is 2 2s and a 4.
So you can discard your hope. You're down to your brink. You went from having a full stack of cards
Here you
to
go.
being down to
Have-
your brink.
Have the revenge die from Alfie, because I can pass that on to someone when I sacrifice myself.
You not only have Alfie's revenge die, but you have Jed's.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I like how we've just created a new mechanic.
I know.
So you'll notice the more that you play in games with us that that's my favorite thing to do. I love just adding mechanics to a game.
Sweet.
um,
Sweet.
yeah,
Here for
Tully,
it.
Georgie, Alexis, the three of you see Alfie just face full of determination and fury, just drive that stake up into this monster at the cost of her own life. Buying you
Actually,
all,
I don't think I see it because I'm in the booth.
you'd hear it.
Okay.
She bought you time.
Yeah, there was definitely a scream when, like, a yell, and like very determined yell when Georgie
Oh,
or when Alfie was doing that. Good God. Maybe it's
there's
good. I'm dead now.
there's one candle left. These sorry. These things are true. World is dark. And of course,
And we
1, 2, 3, we are
are
still alive.
Still alive.
Oh man.
Tom has taken this moment to get up and start sprinting towards the. What does Tom see as soon as he hits the door?
Can I take this?
These two?
As soon as he hits the door, he is met with 4 flashlight beams coming off of 4 weapons as a double set of military soldiers that came up on snowmobiles are at that door.
In this frantic panic, not understanding what's happening, assuming that they're the enemy, you'd hear Thomas just start screaming obscenities, charging at them, and then a small hail of gunfire. And then silence. We established as a truth a while ago that they were attracted by sound. It would only be a few moments before you would hear a series of yells, orders being yelled back and forth, more gunfire, more just a fusillade of bullets, a few of them even tearing through the windows into radio tower. Glass shatters, walls get struck with bullets, sending equipment flying. And after about 30 seconds, quiet again. Tully, Georgie, Alexis. What would the three of you like to do?
I don't know what's going on. Francis is
Uh.
dead upstairs. Alfie, Jed. I mean, what's
Alexis,
where do we go from here?
Alexis is going to slowly approach the door and like peek outside, see if anybody survived. Hopefully the snowmobiles are still intact.
Snowmobiles would still be intact, although you would see no survivors.
It's fine. So, a look back to Tully and Georgie. So if you can help me detach the hood off of our snowmobile, we now have snowmobiles. Or somebody could ride with somebody and not have to even deal with that thing. I don't know if you can stomach more blood, but you might have to.
If we can.
I don't think we have a choice, and Georgie is going to push past, and I don't even think with a lot of caution. I think that Georgie is going to start walking toward one of the snowmobiles.
The crunching of the snow underfoot would be very quickly drowned out by that hyena-like laughter, that clicking at the back of the throat. From not one, not two, not six, not a dozen, but an innumerable amount of voices. What little light there is leaking from the radio tower is barely enough to cover this. And these things starting to gather.
Probably
I'm
would
gonna
let
run
out
for it.
like a small shriek and get on whatever snowmobile Lexi gets on.
Just
Oh yeah.
just sprinting for him now.
I
Mhm.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any guns on the ground, or did those get taken with the people who aren't there anymore?
There are guns on the ground.
Scoop one up.
But Tully, as you start sprinting towards one of the snowmobile, you have one die.
Oh no.
And one die.
One Sully.
Are you at your
What's
brink?
your
No, I'm not.
You have your moment still, right?
Have your moment.
I do still have my moment. I also still have my vice. And I rolled a 1.
Yeah, impulsive.
So I'm definitely gonna burn that vice.
Burn
There
it.
you are.
For sure gonna burn that vice. It'll actually catch on fire.
What is your moment
to
of hope?
reroll. When I will find hope when I take your hand. And she is going to reach out for Lexi.
Oh yeah.
We just
Lexi will
need
do
to
the
go. I rolled a 5.
Which,
It's a fail.
yeah.
Lexi, you Tully passes you, gets to the snowmobile, reaches out for your hand, you reach out for hers, and something just tears past you, slams into her, and sends the two of them just tumbling off into the snow. There is a brief intake of air, and then the start of a screech from Tully, which is immediately cut out. Georgie, are you also running towards one of these snowmobiles?
Mhm.
You have one dice.
So I also have the 2 revenge dice.
And the 2 revenge dice, yep.
Yeah, you
Do I have to roll them all at the same time?
You do.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. Are revenge dice successes on 5 or 6s?
Yes.
Or just 6s?
5 and 6.
Okay. I just want all the rules because I'm very nervous.
I got 2.
I got 2 5s! Oh, but it...
2
Narrative
5s
still goes to him.
on the
though.
hope dice.
I didn't designate. Would you like me to re-roll?
We'll roll
I
a
rolled
D.
all 3 at the same time.
We'll roll a D3 and see which one was the non-hope dice.
What is a D3?
Just a D6,
6, and then, yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
a 1 or a 2, and the one that you failed will be the non-hope dice.
Okay. Oh, it's a 2!
That is 2 successes. I do have narrative control. Are you on? Are you down to your vice?
I'm down to my brink,
Your brink. Yes,
and
right.
I would love to be able to burn it in some way.
You can burn it for a full reroll as much as you want.
Okay.
What is your break?
My brink is I have seen you betray your allies. Georgie is
Oh no.
going to
This is Alexis knows this because I wrote this one.
Yep.
Mhm.
You see Georgie
Yes.
mount onto that
See
snowmobile.
it in her eyes.
Look
I can
at
see it in
you.
her eyes.
So yeah, you want to re-roll that last one that was a failure?
Okay. And it has to be a 6, correct? Because
Correct.
it's not a bench
Right.
dice. Oh, I'm so nervous. It's a 3. I think that Georgie jumped onto the snowmobile, and this is not to take away narrative. This is
Mhm.
just to add to dramatics. Georgie jumped onto the snowmobile and found whatever was loose and started to throw it in Alexis's direction to
my
try to make sound over there. That's what Georgie was
Faster
trying to
than
do.
the bear.
I love it. Alexis, are you down to your moment of hope? Your
I'm
moment?
down to my I have my moment and my brink, but I don't know if I
What
might be
is
able to
your
make a
moment?
moment big. My moment is I will find hope when we can properly defend ourselves. I mean, I picked up a gun.
You have a gun.
I have a gun.
You have 1 dice.
And I have a hope die.
And you
Okay.
So if you succeed, you get your hope die.
Oh, that's
Fail,
right.
then your hope
That's
is
right,
lost.
That's right. Okay.
And we are on our last stand because there is only 1 candle left.
I know. Jesus. All right, here we go. If I'm actually, there we go. Oh. Nope.
Your hope is lost as you pick up the rifle, pull the trigger, and just start letting bullets fly. That sound immediately turns them to you, and it is just a pile of that bristly, porcupine-like spines that just dig down, claws just ripping and tearing. Georgie, you're on a snowmobile. Can't see Alexis, Tully. What would you like to do?
I think that Georgie, despite all of their flaws, really wanted to be a hero in some way, and not being able to save Alfie has just kind of given up on that and is going to try to gun it and get out of there.
You have 3 dice.
I sure do. I sure do have 3 dice too.
Which 2 are your revenge?
Thank you. I'm gonna designate purple and black as revenge and sparkly as just regular. I have 1 success. I have a 6, a 3, and a 1.
You hit it, and that top of the engine goes off, and you just start going. I don't even know if Georgie knows where they're headed at the moment, but you just go. There's no sounds left behind you but that hideous laughter, clicking, as they sprint through the snow alongside you. Where are you trying to go?
There's no destination. Georgie is just trying to get away. There's no end result to get to, and Georgie knows this. They're just trying to not be where they were, trying to not be with them.
You continue to drive. These things just biding their time. Till eventually you feel that sputter as your snowmobile finally runs out of gas. The headlight clicks off. What would you like to do?
Georgie is. Uh, I'm gonna hide. I'm a coward. I am afraid and alone and in the dark, and I don't want to die.
I think it would be fair to say that you are down to one dice. Whatever thoughts you had of revenge for your family has been squashed by your need for survival.
So it's the very first dice that I ever purchased, the very first set that I ever purchased. It's a 2.
Jump off the snowmobile, land in knee-deep snow, and start trying to trudge your way through. These things just take their time, wait for you to get tired, or finally pouncing. If there was a sound, there was no one around to hear. Our last candle was out. These things are true. World dark. I'm going to play for you now the last recordings of our family. I'm going to post these in the Discord so you can all listen to
Missed opportunity for someone to sing This Little Light of Mine, but it's playing in the background.
it. We will start with Jed. You go.
Hey, this is Jed. Got a couple of neighbors over here, and we're trying to figure out what's going on. Heard some stuff on the news, and then everything sort of cut out. I don't know. It doesn't look very good, but nothing has lately. So, figured this can't be any worse, huh? Well, whoever's listening to this, good luck to you, I suppose. I left a shotgun in the back, in case you need it for one thing or another. All right.
Just so casual, and then, oh yeah, there's a shotgun in the back. You know. Next is Alfie.
This is Alfie Evans, I guess for posterity. God, I had to end up at the end of the world. I don't know if we're going to survive this. I don't have much firewood left. But I guess, in case someone ever finds this recording, I just hope that even if I don't make it, I could help someone else maybe survive just a bit longer.
Still caring about other people, even in that last moment.
Success.
I believe Tully was next.
Who would have thought that this year's family reunion would lead us all to this place, this cabin, freezing, no wood, them showing up. If you're listening to this, it probably means that I'm no longer with you. But in the end, I guess that doesn't really matter because we were family and we were together. And even though they can take everything else from us, they can't take this. They can't take the family that we have and the family that we had. And who knows, maybe someday the family we'll have in the future.
So sad. Uh, Next, I believe, was Alexis.
You know, I was never a fan of this family anyway. I just married into you guys. I don't even know why I even married into this family. Kind of glad that I'm gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Ex-husbands
Beautiful.
are rough, man.
Oh.
You just wanted to marry Tully the whole time.
Oh yeah, totally. Totally.
That leaves our final family member, our last survivor, Georgie.
We all knew how this was going to end, but it doesn't mean I was ready for it.
My heart.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh.
I love it.
Well, you all know there's only one truth left. The world is dark.
The world is dark.
The world is dark.
The world is dark.
Dark. With that, we are going to bring our game of 10 candles to a close. I love this game so much. This was so much fun. Oh, just the feels and the story, and it was all so good. Thank you all so much for being here, for being an amazing cast. Thank you to everyone that came out to watch us and support us. We literally can't do this without you. So from the bottom of my heart, everyone at the Lost Caravan, we heckin' love ya.
Light a candle tonight.
I do
Don't let it
want
go out.
to one last time pass it around to everyone. Let you tell the people who you are, and if you're working on any projects people can check out, where they can find it. We'll go in reverse order of what we did to start in, which means that we are starting with Scott.
Well, hello. My name is Scott. I don't do a whole bunch of things on the internet that is easily accessible, but I did just start streaming at twitch.tv/ScottWaffles, all one word. So, I don't know, check it out, I guess. Literally only just started this morning, so.
It's a wild ride.
It is.
Let me tell you.
I mean, I play enough video games, so it's like, I might as well do
Why
this.
not? But yeah, that brings us up to Dido, who
Hi.
finally died.
I finally died.
Die,
It only
though.
took. Yeah, it only took a game where everybody has to die for me to die. But you can find me at Dido11 on Twitter. I am mostly here, but on Saturdays I'm over on Party Wipe Games where we're playing something new and I don't remember what it is. But that'll be really fun and it'll happen after the new year. But I'll be back here next Friday where I'm doing some 5e PvP. Where if my players don't kill each other, I will kill them for them.
Or Blair
Yay!
Hooray, death.
will. Or we'll have Blair
Death
come
is
in
only
again
the beginning.
and take out one of the survivors.
Yes.
All right, over to Mir, who was streaming with us for the very first time and was absolutely amazing.
Yay!
Thank you. My first time streaming ever, actually. So congratulations. I'm Mir. You can find me online on Twitter and Instagram as Mir Draws, MYR Draws. And yeah, this was an amazing experience. It was great to be here. Sleeping's gonna be interesting tonight.
Oh no.
I hope you're ready. I hope everyone's ready for some Eldritch Horror nightmares.
Yeah, right.
I know I am.
So there's this thing that happens here where you'll show up for one game because it looked fun, and then in a couple months when you've played for like 15 to 20 different streams, you wonder how the heck you got roped in, because now you're just here, just part of us.
So for entertainment's sake, I when I signed up for everything, I completely misread the description for this game and thought it was a like Christmas themed thing. I'm like, okay, whatever, cool, I'll just sign up for it. And then we get to it, I get into this, and I go and I read it, I'm like, oh, this isn't okay, this sounds like fun.
Ho ho ho!
So,
Santa's coming.
It could have been the entity. You don't know.
Yeah, Eldritch Santa.
Well,
I
These are
mean-
the elves.
Who knows what those Whovians do?
Mm-hmm.
Those
Very true.
Whovians down in Whoville.
They're really the villain.
All right. That brings us over to Robin.
Hello, everybody. I'm Robin, Ginger Brigade here on Twitch, Ginger_Brigade on Twitter. I have been doing stuff with the caravan for 3 months now, I think. And the next time you can see me will be on the 27th when we play our second to last game of Through the Breach, a Malifaux setting. Oh, so good. If you haven't, and you're interested in Wild Weird West, and you haven't watched our stream prior, all the VODs are up on the YouTube channel. I recommend you go watch them because the game's amazing. But yeah, and then I always stream Thursdays at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch 2 recently, but might switch it up a little bit. But I play with my sister from another mister who is in the chat, Little Bunny Fufu. Her and I are pillars of salt grinding through the battle pass. So if you're interested in FPS, watching somebody play FPS and be really salty about it, come and hang out with me on Thursdays. It'll be a great time.
Heck yeah. And then down to Kian.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kian. You can find me on Twitter at uptight_chiffon. I will be hanging out here in about a week and a half on the 28th. We are playing Icon. That has been so much fun. It's a mini campaign that we're doing. In January, I have a game scheduled. Hoop, am I allowed to talk about it?
I don't think so.
Okay. So in January, there's something exciting coming. So definitely look forward to that. I am also part of a project that will probably be coming around in February that I'm really excited about. I can't talk about that one either. And then I will be following in our dear Uncle Jed's footsteps, and hopefully we'll be starting to stream on my own as well in the new year. So I'll keep everybody posted on that. But yes, this is my first time playing this game. This has been an absolute delight. It has been really dark and spooky, but I do want to end on a happy note. Definitely take care of yourselves this holiday season. The holidays can be difficult, so be gentle with yourselves and just, try to spread as much love as you can.
Absolutely.
Oops, thank you for the emotional damage that you caused tonight.
I did very little. You all did most of it.
Yeah, we did it to ourselves.
Of course,
Self-inflicted.
I'm Andrew, your games master for the evening and for most evenings around here. They are going to see a bunch of friendly faces behind the GM seat in the coming weeks because we have a bunch of great streams coming up, including our charity event for the Trevor Project coming up in January, where we're going to have a whole bunch of great stuff to give away after every stream because we reached out to all these TTRPG companies and they were beyond generous. It was crazy. But yeah. Other than that, the casting call for January is out. If you want to sign up and roll some dice with us, we would love to have you. You find it on our Twitter or our Discord, which you can find at the link down below, that big old button that says Discord. And yeah, come hang out. We are going to throw a raid over to our friends at the High Shelf Collective because they, right now, are hosting a charity stream for the Trevor Project. I think they've raised a few $1,000s, which is incredible. We're going to go share some support and yeah, just jump all kinds of rowdy into their chat. But as always, be good people, do good things. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.